Hey, hello. How you doing? Um, I see we got Tom on. That's good enough. Okay, Tom, you're my first customer today, going on Thursday. Um, just going to jump on and do a live stream for a little while. I think I'll hang out here for as long as I kind of just decide to uh, just kind of feel like I'm done because this I just want to goof around a little bit. It's been so long since I've done a live, so I want to get on. I want to interact with some people. Hopefully, we get a few people. This is a pretty busy day to live stream, but I think if you do live stream, you can't worry about what everybody else is doing. So hey, appreciate you popping on, Tom. Um, what I want to do is just talk a little bit about. Some things that I think, hey, yeah, woohoo, yeah. Hey Tom, I am good, man. Hopefully you're doing good too. I'm really, truly, I'm just enjoying the change of weather. I finally am, from where I live, I'm in at the time where I can fly. So droning is becoming, this is drone season. So, when a hunter gets excited about the opening of hunting season, I get the excitement of the opening of drone season, Tom. So I'm putting together lists of things, I've got a little piece of paper out in my mind and trying to determine, different places that I have not flown yet. I actually want to revisit some places, and I've already done that. So if you're, let me just pop over to my display capture really quick. One of the places that I just got back from, that's this video right here. Just share a couple of things. This waterfall video that I just did just recently. Let me just make sure my sound's off on that thing here. Just turn my just so I can play it a little bit in the background. But this waterfall video is actually is a place that I've been to several times. So I thought I'd take some of these locations that I've been to and show you how they change. So, but this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. This video took to shoot probably about an hour. I went out to 2 locations, so had a ton of fun. But you can see if you watch this last video, I guess I could use this today as kind of a premiere. But this is Dad Random. I am back. Yes. Oh, holy crap! You see that line right there in the screen? I got to get that out of there. There we go. Get that out there. But yeah, there's Dennis Lovelady. Now we all guys, if you're a droner, you know Dennis. So can I give you a story about this really quick? Let me see if I can get my. I want my here. Hold on, I got to get my chat on here. I want to see you guys. I want to see Tom. Your on here. Just pop the chat on here really quick. There we go. Let's see how much. It's been much sunnier here, but in England as well. But I had school, so drone flying is quite hard. Yeah. Hey Tom. Believe me, look at the sky on this picture. I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, literally. Empty of clouds. They're right a little bit in the back. When it comes to when drone season starts where I'm at, I literally will have completely blue skies. I mean, you could see your drone from 2 miles away if you had eagle eyes. So, but yeah. So anyway, I know I got my chat popped over here. I just wanted to be able to see you while I see the chat while I chat with or I talk to you a little bit here. But anyways, Dennis borrowed me his adapter out of the blue. Dennis basically, I was in a chat. We were just goofing off, and he just said, "Hey, I've got a GoPro that I'm not using very much. I don't know if that's true because he's a super nice dude." And he says, "Hey, you want to borrow this and check it out because you can because my adapter's not working." So anyways, Dennis was kind enough to send me this in the mail. So I thought that was really cool. But Yeah, drone flying is not fun when it's cloudy. It's especially if your drone doesn't have a really good light sensor. I've got I'm flying the Mavic Pro, which has I think it's got a 3/4 inch sensor on it, and it's really good in average light. So you can't have once you get to the sun going down, you got to really do some adjustments. But yeah, Dennis, one of the weaknesses of the GoPro is this little puppy right here. Anybody that's done a review on the GoPro talks about that specific part as being we call the weakest link. So that's kind of the story there. But anyway. Yeah, today's a busy day, so there's a lot of live streams going on. The timing right now for the UK, Tom, let's see, it's pretty late for you, right? UK, let's see, you're 6 hours behind, or 6 hours ahead. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're 10:30, 11 o'clock, Tom? I think that's where you're at. I just got back from Europe, so I'm kind of getting to understand a little bit more about how your time compares to my time. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Stephanie. Hey, they said it's early in my stream. I just popped in. This is not my day. I'm not a Thursday streamer. I'm just taking advantage of a day where I've basically got some time. I really like to do live streams from this place. Hey, all right, Johnson. All right. We RV, man. I appreciate you popping on. Hey, what's up, man? I'm coming. I just got back from my trip. Last week I was going to do a live stream last week, driving and listening. Thanks. I appreciate that. Just be careful. Be safe. I just got back from that trip, my first trip to Europe. So, Tom, it's 2,200 there. I know it's what the heck? All right, 2,200. Let's see, 12:30. All right, I have to look at the clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock. Yes, so thanks. But I appreciate you on, Stephanie. I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of being back. But I was here. I can come back to this screen. I'm going to pop back to my main really quick. But I was basically, I'm going to be shouting out, hey, Mike Kelly, appreciate you from being on. Hey, Arizona, man, I love Arizona. Okay, I'm not just saying it because I love everything and everybody that pops on like some people do. I actually lived in Arizona. I lived there for 9 years. So I lived in Page. So if you, Mike, if you are familiar with Page, Arizona, I was a teacher there for a couple of years. I owned a business in Page, and I know it very well. I know cities like Prescott. I traveled a lot to Flagstaff. So 30. Thanks. I appreciate it. Hey, Stephanie, I appreciate you popping in here. And it's always nice to chat. My daughter usually can get on with me to chat on Fridays, but I can't live stream with a guest in the location I'm at right now. I have 2 different studio locations. This is kind of like this is my pro location. I got the really good mic, and I've got I've got the green screen and everything. But this gives me the most freedom to do stuff. Lake Powell, baby. Yep, appreciate that. Lake Powell's where it's at. So, but guys, if you get a chance to check out Dennis's channel, hopefully Dennis will pop on. Dennis is usually, if he doesn't pop on, there's something major. He usually will get on. But Dennis borrowed me so I could get back in the swing of things. This little puppy right here, this adapter. And yes, if you know anything about GoPros and know that they have a limitation, especially when they added the C port, you got to have this thing. Otherwise, you can't put audio in from an external mic source. I don't know anything about GoPro 7. So 351 in Colorado. Another great state, Colorado. Um, you know, like I said, I was in Europe a couple weeks ago. Well, a week ago, and guys, I am Skang. Hey, man. All right. Hey, how you doing? Hey, when you guys come on, I get excited because I just can't believe that you would take the time to listen to me. I really don't. Some people just take it for granted that people pop on. I really enjoy the fact that you guys come on, so I really do. I do this, guys, because I really enjoy it. And Skang, I just got back from Europe, and I am so excited about Europe. You don't even know. I'm one of those people that that only thought that northern. Let's see, where in Europe did you go? I will tell you that in just a second, because I went to two really cool places and I got some pictures. Yes, I am going to show photos. So here, let me just let me get out of this dashboard for a second and go back to my main there so we can see the chat line there. But yeah, I got back from both Poland and I was in the Netherlands. So specifically Amsterdam. I didn't go outside of Amsterdam much. So I got my feet wet in Europe. So I'll be in Germany in May. Cool. For 3 weeks. Mike, that is on my list. Okay. I'm going to quickly put a list together. Okay. So while you guys are sitting there, hopefully guessing, they're trying to predict as to what I'm going to write on my want to do list. I'm going to write it out really quick. Here we go. Countries I want to visit now that I've finally got my European feet wet. So here we go. Here's the list that I think it's going to happen in. Because my wife is involved in this planning. So, and I have to take her needs into consideration. She's also hooked a little bit. So I want to go here. I want to go here. And I want to go here. Here we go. You want to see my list? Here we go. It's coming up. Bam. There it is right there. Spain, #1. Italy, #2. And Germany, #3. And I'll talk a little bit about why. Now, Germany is actually a huge part of my list, more than you think, okay? But you can only take these trips, every so often. I am not independently wealthy. I'm a teacher. That's what I do. And it's going to take me a while to get through this list right here. But the Germany trip is going to consist of other. I don't think I'm going to do them all at the same time. I think I'm going to do, I'll probably do this. I'll probably do Spain and Italy first. Together. Nice. And you were, oh, cool. So military, right? So stationed in Germany. Where were you stationed, Mike? I've known people stationed there. Most of them Air Force, not Army. So they were basically air base kind of bound. So yeah. See, I've been in all those places, but I only remember two. Which is the one you don't remember, by the way, Mike or Tom? Which is Germany the place you don't remember? Because guys, literally, I mean, I'm telling you, Bitburg, yeah. Yeah. So Mississippian that's transplant, and Stephanie was a Mississippian that's been transplanted to Colorado. Guys, Colorado's awesome, nice. It's very mild. People think of Colorado as being freezing cold, but it's not. And Hanau, I believe I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. So Spain is the place you don't remember. Zweibrücken. Prem, is that? Prem. I think it's I've got to get some. I'm trying to get. Anyways, What amazes me about Europe, I've always, like I said, I was only in two places, very far apart. Okay, Poland. I was in Krakow, Poland, and I was in, of course, Amsterdam. If you're going to fly into Europe, that's a great place to jump off from. I heard Germany, like say Frankfurt, is a good place to jump off from to go to different places. I might be wrong. But this is my German trip. I'm going to write this down. But of course, Germany is a big place. You can't just go to one place. So I'm going to go to Germany. See, I'm going to go to, and I'm going to write down my other wish list right here. This is where my part of my other. I hope I spelled this right. These three right here. So Germany, I'm going to go to Bavaria and Luxembourg, southern Germany mostly. I have got family that in like the Rhineland, northern. I'm trying to think of the Rhine region, but I don't know. That's not the Rhine. Is Hessen? That's like north of Frankfurt, Hessen. But I've got actual family with my name that are literally related to me. See, Austria is a nice, yeah. You know what? Austria is a place you jump into with this other trip, right? When you do the Spain, Italy, can't you drive through Austria too? Anyway, maybe I'll have it all screwed up. I don't have a map sitting in front of me, so anyway, that's enough of our geography lesson for today. But I'm going to give you some background or some my impressions of my first trip to Europe, because I think a person that's new to a place. Now, guys, okay, I have a ton of people that come from the UK. Please do not think that I am not interested in going to the UK. I am totally interested in that. But to me, it's a totally different trip. Because let's see, Wales and Scotland. So England, Wales, Scotland. That trip is definitely a trip that is on my we call bucket list, right? So. How do you spell Wales? Wales? I don't know. That's Wales. I don't know. Anyway, it's Wales. Yeah, there's no H. Okay, Wales, Scotland. I actually met somebody from Scotland when I was there, in Poland. Sorry, when I was in Poland, and I chatted with them. I actually went on a tour with this guy from Wales. So. Or not from Wales. No, from Scotland. I said Scotland, Wales. Yeah. Sorry, if you're from Ireland, no offense. I'm not. It's another place to go. I think Ireland's a separate trip. I think you have to make that trip almost just. I think you just got to go there. It's Wales. Thank you. I spell it right. But I mean, guys, this is if this is an American list, isn't this an American list or what? Of places to go. So I do not want to go to London. Sorry, I have no interest. Unless the Queen invites me. So, summer. Now, probably, did you go, Skang, did I go? Oh, who went to, I'm in the middle of a conversation. I'm going to get out of it. It's not mine. But Skang is from Scotland, correct? I think. I got to remember that. I have a list of things. And the person I met that was from Scotland was such an awesome person. We hit it off right away. We were on a tour. It was a walking tour, and him and his wife and my wife just started chatting away, and then we started chatting, and he actually was it Scotland? Yes, because he worked for it's a microchip manufacturer. It was trying to think of which one. It wasn't AMD and it wasn't Motorola. He worked for Motorola. I believe they were in Scotland, and then they moved. Hey, Rodney, he's here! Yay! I just got back from Europe, and I know a lot of you UK folks travel to the places that I go. But if you have not been to Poland, Rodney, Bell, if you have not been to Poland, Skang, if you have not been to Poland, maybe you have. You've got to go there. I'm just telling you. Yes. So Skang, I met one of your fellow countrymen, and he was unbelievably awesome. So I can imagine, Skang, you are just as awesome as he was. He actually told me that when he takes trips, he bought a plane. He must have some dough, but he is Cyprus. He says he's retiring, and he's retiring to Cyprus. But he worked for for Motorola, so I can imagine he's got a little money stuffed away. But they moved the Motorola plant, I believe, from Scotland back to the United States. I think that was what happened. I'm trying to recall that. So, But Skang, if you have not been to Poland, you have got to go there. Okay, and I'll tell you a bunch of reasons why you need to go there, guys. You got to understand, I am a first time European traveler. I've never been on a plane that long, and my first place I land when I get to Europe is, of course, Amsterdam, and that was quite an experience, because Amsterdam is full of people from all over the place. But when you go to Poland, it's much different. Polish people, Poland tends to be a smaller world a little bit because it's in Central Europe. So, but I'm really impressed with Poland. If I could make a return trip, I would go there. Okay, whale watching this weekend. Nice. Guy, make sure you're posting that, WeRV. Okay. It sounds weird hearing people like, yeah, wow, I've never been. I know it is. Americans, you understand how Americans think, okay? And this is exactly word for word what I told my wife when she started thinking about traveling abroad, okay? Because I'm telling guys, I kid you not, this trip was put together 3 months ago. 3 months ago, we have some friends from Germany, and they started talking about just places that they went. And they had just come back from Poland, and they travel all over the place. Obviously they're Germans, they're European travelers, and they set us up. They made it really simple. I'm back. I had to peel off my face mask. But you're much more beautiful, right, Stephanie? Because you peeled off your face mask? But getting back to the wow, I've never been to Europe conversation. It's kind of like I don't know. I can't explain it because the United States is so big. I mean, many people in the United States don't leave because traveling to Texas is their life's ambition. Guys, Texas. Say you live in New York and you drive to Texas, and say you're of what we call modest means, and you don't fly everywhere. That is a big trip. As a kid, that was, if I think of as growing up, what my life was like growing up, guys, my first big trip was to Iowa, which is just a state south of Minnesota, the state that I grew up in. Okay. So traveling abroad is not something that every American does. Plus, it's expensive. The thought is that all Americans are rich. That's just bullcrap. We're not all rich. We have jobs and we have responsibilities. We have expensive health care. I'll give you that one. And it costs a lot of money to travel. Now, yeah, most of us can save up for trips like this, and that's kind of what I had to do. It'll be a while before I pay. Guys, you understand that half of my life I've been doing a couple different things. Paying for my children's education, paying for my cars that I drive. I drive one car, but my wife also has a car, and my sons both have cars, and my daughter has a car. That's another thing about Americans. We all have cars. Every single freaking kid has a car. That's where our money goes. Our kids play sports. They're involved in athletics, so we're paying for that. That's where our money goes. We don't jump in an airplane and spend $1,000 a kid to fly to Spain, Now, if you live in Europe and you're hopping around, now that's reasonable. So now you're talking about the difference between flying like we did. We flew to Europe. We got a really good deal on trips to Amsterdam, and then we bought tickets from Amsterdam to Poland, to Krakow, Poland, and that's really easy. Yeah. So if you live in the UK, I'll tell you some of the best conversations I had were people, Neuschwanstein. That's a castle. I know that. If I could travel, I'd go to Germany to see it's Neuschwanstein Castle, I believe. It's beautiful. It's like, yes, if you want to see a pretty Cinderella castle, that's Neuschwanstein. I think that's how you say it. Really bad. Yeah. In Europe, you just jump on a train. Guys, Hey, Tom, you know, one of the things I didn't do when I was in Europe was jump on a train. And I wasn't ready for that experience yet. I just wanted to make sure I got where I got. I didn't want to worry about train schedules, even though I know I am sure the riding trains from place to place is simple. Okay, get a pass and then have an unlimited pass and just buzz around. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm just not to that step yet. I'm at step one. Get to Europe, survive. That was me this time. And yes, it was easy. It was much easier than I thought it was going to be. So you can see by my excitement that I really enjoyed it. I really, I got my feet wet and I'm ready to do some more. So let's see. So let's see what's going on here. One of the things about Scotland, we get further education university for free, through tax. Of course, Skang, hey, if the United States goes to what we call free education, which it's not free, even guys, my job obviously, there's my mic here. My job is obviously paid for through taxation. I'm a public school teacher, so from the European standpoint, there's no difference. But extending it beyond secondary education is what we're maybe grasping at within the next maybe generation or so, next 10 years, is possibly adding 2 more years of education onto what you already get, which is, public education. You need more training, right? Say 2 years of, we call either junior college or early college, or 2 years right now, 2 years of what we call some kind of vocational training. That's kind of what we're thinking about. So yes, Tom, hey, I'm starting to learn a schedule. I learned about jet lag. I got to experience what it was like to get on an airplane and fly for 10 hours and then land when it's morning after leaving in the afternoon. So basically I lost an entire day. I get there and my wife is immediately got a trip scheduled, an excursion in Amsterdam, a walking excursion. I looked at my wife and my daughter when I got there. It was morning when we got there. It was 7 a.m. and I haven't slept on the plane. I can't sleep. Guys, I'm wound up, okay? So, and I don't sleep on the plane for those 10 hours. I watch 3 movies. We get there. Of course, I'm excited, and then I'm nervous about going through customs and all kinds of stupid stuff that I shouldn't be nervous about. And we get there, we walk in, and we're in the country. I mean, literally, I look at there's signs, and the one cool thing, and I think that Europe itself is getting. There's tons of English everywhere, so that really helped me right away. I thought that there wasn't going to be English, and there was especially in Amsterdam, there was English everywhere. It really helped. People generally spoke English. When we went to Poland, the person that picked me up at the airport in Poland, he actually went to school in the UK for about 15, I don't know, not 15 years, through some of his college years. So he spoke absolutely perfect English. I actually had to ask my driver when I was in Poland. I said, how long have you been here? How long have you lived in Poland? He's like, all my life. I'm Polish. And I'm like, really? Because he spoke absolutely perfect. He had no accent. He actually had a British accent. And then he answered the phone and he talked absolutely fluent Polish. So it just makes me feel stupid because I speak one language. I speak English. That's it. I don't know any other. I know words here and there, but so pretty cool stuff. Hey, Mike is here. Hey, how you doing? The Drone Ranger has shown up. Thank you for showing up, guys. All right, it's so nice to see you guys popping in. I know, guys, this is not my normal day, but I can't live stream tomorrow. I had a student of mine. Actually, I'm a teacher, of course, and then I'm also a coach. So I had a student call up my wife, and they wanted some training, some football training. And for you guys in the UK, I mean American football. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to meet with the student after school tomorrow, and I'm going to help them out with some skill-based training stuff. So do a little private lesson, help them out. What I do within football, with American football, is I'm part of what's called the kicking game. And yes, that's weird if you're from the UK. That is the game is kicking, but part of American football is kicking. So, but UK people know you guys have been involved in with American sport. American football has made its entry into Europe. Actually, my good friend, a teacher friend of mine, actually just flew to Italy recently, and another coach friend of mine actually is a head coach of an Italian American football team. So, my friend actually said, "Hey, let's move to Italy." He wants me to move to Italy with him, and we'll just be football coaches, American football coaches in Italy. Wouldn't that be cool? I guess you get paid like $2,000 a month, and then they pay for everything, your living expenses, everything. So, hey, Mr. Doughboy's here, 356. Way to pop in. All right, man. But Drone Ranger, we've been talking a little bit about Europe. Obviously, I just got back for Europe. I spent a bunch of time there. One of the things I wanted to talk about with the, crap, I've only been on for what, about 35, 40 minutes. I wanted to show you a little bit about what I think is cool about my first experience in Europe. And people that are Europeans, they think, well, crap, why is that interesting? Because once again, people that travel to the United States, when you come here, you know how massive the American states are. There's 48 places that you can literally visit that are all different. So it's very difficult to think that, when if you live here, you grow up here, there's so many places that you can go without leaving the country, including Mexico and Canada. That leaving and going to Europe is actually something that's very foreign. It is a long ways away. But it's 10 hours by airplane, from where I live. But if you think about what 10 hours represents and what you gain from making that journey, it's pretty cool. So, and I am definitely, like I said, now that I've gotten my feet wet from Europe, I am now better prepared to move on to the next step, which is other places. But I'm just gonna throw some funny pictures at you, guys. Hey, you're here, you're a captive audience. I'm gonna start throwing some stuff at you. So, I wouldn't visit. Is it Mike? You wouldn't visit Amsterdam? Or I couldn't. Are you? I don't understand. So, it says I wouldn't visiting Amsterdam. You wouldn't visit there? It was okay. I'm not saying Amsterdam was different. You understand? From my point of view, I've never been in anywhere like that. I've never been anywhere like Amsterdam. So my first impression of it, you understand, it's the first time, was positive. Okay, so, let's see. I wouldn't mind. Oh, you wouldn't mind? I gotcha. All right. Okay. And Mike, let me show you some things. If you're interested in these places, I just want to give you some, because, Mike, I know a lot of these things, these places are beyond our reach. Especially, guys, I'm 50. It's taken me 50 years until I've been able to even think about making this trip that I finally made. And of course, I've got children, I've got other responsibilities. American lifestyle is very expensive. And I know the Europeans would say the same thing. Our children take up a huge amount of that time. Guys, I wanted my kids to be educated. I've got 3 kids in college. 2 of them are ready to graduate, so things are getting better. I have a house that I had to pay for, cars, and it doesn't leave any room, to go to Europe. So, and some people can do it. We couldn't. So we took our trip to, for example, my trips recently were to California. It's a drive. You get in a car for 6 hours, drive to California, go to the beach, hang out. Being in California is like being on a different planet. Damn, you're as old as dirt and me. Yeah, same thing. So 50, yeah, big 50. So I always get somebody on that's with us that says, "Hey, I'm 60. You guys wait till you're 60. 8 kids. Oh my God. Oh man, 8 kids. I got to 2, and I'm like, that's enough because I'm from a 2-child family, and my wife goes, no, I think we need to have a 3rd now. It really took me a while to get used to that idea. 8 kids. I have 3, and I can imagine, guys, 8 is very expensive, But on the other hand, as your kids start to help each other out, the family structure is different with 8 kids, and people have responsibilities in an 8-kid family that they don't have in a 3-kid family. Literally, if you're the 8th kid, you're getting taken care of by the 1st kid. All right, you guys ready for a little bit of Amsterdam and Poland? I'm just going to go to my Google Photos account really quick, and just give you a little taste of it. Okay, so I'm going to give you my impressions. Now, there are some highlights of the trip. I didn't go there without a plan, so I want to show you some of those things. So. Oh, cool adoptions. And yeah, the state of Utah is really there's a lot of adoptions here as well. There's a lot of multiple child families, and many of those kids are a part of an adoptive family, an extended family through adoption. So it's very cool because it's not easy to take on a kid that has a totally different upbringing, baggage that comes along with it. And it does lead to a very complex, but of course, I've also had the opportunity to teach kids that were in foster care, and it's horrible to know that those kids don't have every day a place where they go home, that those parents aren't, they're at the number one, because it's foster homes that's not always the way they are. They got loving parents that care about them, but it's not the same. Foster care and adoptive care are different, from my perspective. So yeah, the Johnsons are like the freaking Brady Bunch. All right, okay. Let me go switch over to I'm going to go to my product screen. Okay, reason why I'm using this one is I can show you pictures in a little bit larger scale. So this is just my photo account. I want to show you, this is actually kind of funny because my daughter and I, we did a lot of vlogging on this trip. This is my daughter, Amelia. Check this picture out right here. I mean, this is the greatest photo bomb ever. And I did a thumbnail photo from one of our live vlogs. So if you want to see 2 vlogs that we did, they're very short. But my daughter on her channel, I'm going to put some links to her video because she did an extensive account of our trip. We actually sat down together during the trip and we talked about the places that we went. So if you want to know a little bit more and you're curious about that trip and some of our immediate reactions, for example, in Amsterdam, we went to the Anne Frank house. We went to the Heineken experience. Yes, if you love beer, the Heineken brewery. And then, of course, in Poland, we went to Auschwitz. We went to the two Auschwitz camps. We also went to Oskar Schindler's factory in Poland, in Krakow, Poland. That's where he was basically in business, if you watch the Schindler's List. And the other, let me put up my, guys, let me put up my, here, I just want to put up there, that's covering stuff up. Crap. All right, I can do this better, guys. I'm better than this. I can do this differently. I can do it different. So let me just here. Let me just. Oh crap. Let's move it back there. That's just my here on here. So yeah, I want to start out with the photobomb shot, but let me just let me put my capture screen up. I'm gonna just it'll take me a second. I just want to put a let's see. Browser capture. I think it's browser. Hold on, browser chat. Yeah, and I'm just gonna put the chat onto this one. There we go, and just move it in. So I can just make it small. I just want to be able to read the chat while we're hanging out here. There we go. I just put it up in the corner here. I can do other adjustments to it, but I just want to be able to read here a little bit. All right. Yeah, so that was funny, wasn't it? That was a real, I mean, when I was taking the picture, I literally saw this guy here just laugh because his wife, you could tell she was like bearing down on it. She knew, she did one of these and it was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty fun. But that's the kind of fun that you can have on a trip, guys. You can really, make these cool moments. And we weren't going to mess it up. My wife, let me tell you something. I give tons of I have tons of. My wife was a total, absolute angel by letting us act like idiots on this trip. We were totally, guys, without a doubt, the worst tourists ever. We had our cameras out and we were photographing everything. Just so you understand that. So. We were absolutely, guys, me order on here. I want to move that to the bottom there, all right, because then I can make it a little bit bigger. So guys, just bear with me here. I just want to make it just bigger so we can put it behind me. There we go. All right, so I just want to go ahead. So I just want to whip around here, and if you're interested in Amsterdam, I'm going to throw some stuff out there. See, let's see, you're correct. You wanted to, yeah, let's see. Yeah, we're talking about the kids. Absolutely. You're talking about adoption and splitting up kids. I taught actually two kids that were foster kids, brother and sister. And let me tell you something, when you're in foster care, those young kids, they are tight. And the sad thing is, if they ever were adopted separate, I just don't know. It would be, you want the kids to both have families. So, yeah, I understand that dilemma. So let me just whip through. This is the video. I did a waterfall shot, guys. One of the things I opened up with today is I was excited about being back out flying my drone, and I talked about Dennis Lovelady. I can't believe Dennis is not on yet. Where is Dennis? He's usually on. So I should send him a message or something. He obviously has dinner plans or something going on with his wife, or maybe he's just avoiding me because I'm kind of a pain in the butt. I don't know. But check out this video. This is the waterfall video. These are just some shots that I took from it when I was working on my thumbnails. So a lot of fun right there. Here's Amsterdam right here, by the way. So this was the thumbnail that I created when Amelia and I went and we're thinking about how we were going to portray this. But yeah, there's your Amsterdam scene right there. Pretty typical. You've got the canal, you've got the pretty buildings, ranging from 400 years old to 800 years old. So pretty cool. Dennis is letting us down, man. Where is he? He didn't let me down, guys. Dennis literally sent me a really important part of, oh man, I'll show you the video later. I'll show you that. Here, I can flip over that really quick. Let me see if I can flip to the, right there. This piece right here. This is if you don't have this with your GoPro, you can't add on a video source outside of the camera. So you get this, in and out video. I use this in conjunction with where I used to have a wireless. I've since gone away from the wireless to my Sony sound. So, see, did you get to see any underground areas, shops? Yes. And I know the shops you're talking about. The Coffee shops. Yes. They're not, they're, I guess you can call them underground. Let me just move back to that other, to the photos. I guess you can call them underground, but they're not really underground. They're, yeah. One of the misconceptions of the coffee shops. These are places where people smoke weed, basically. There you go. Was that those places were that those places are legal, and quite honestly, the marijuana possession by citizens is legal, but shops selling marijuana is illegal. If you if you understand me, so you can get caught with it, but it's literally illegal to sell it. But what the Dutch government has decided is that it's a waste of time and energy to go and deal with the constant issue of trafficking of drugs. So instead of being heavy-handed on that, they just live with it. They literally just live with it. That's my take on it. Here's some more Amsterdam stuff. And I've got my 360 camera there. My wife is, of course, oblivious to my camera. I'm sneaking up on my daughter. She's always in on the joke. So, but Jamie, she's been so cool. She was so awesome with letting us take pictures. And I hope she doesn't regret it because we had so much fun. But this is the newer parts of Amsterdam. So, okay. This will help you understand it. The canal, there's a canal district, okay, where there are concentric rings of canals, okay? And I'm not going to put up a map of the canal district. You can just imagine it. Concentric rings, okay, that go outside of the central, the city center, okay? And as you go further out from the center, the buildings get older and older. There you go. And at this point here, we are walking out to the newer parts of the canal district, and the bricks get newer. You start to see some pavement, and you start seeing buildings that don't look as old. Okay, and this is inside of the canal district, and we're walking outside here. So every canal you walk over, you are getting newer. There, that's probably the best way. And yes, we experimented with, and we had fun, but no, I did not partake. Do I know any of the history? Underground areas, shops. I bet the land is expensive. Yeah. The land has got to be expensive because you basically pay by frontage. If you know how lakes are basically, lake frontage is sold in America, the same thing with canal frontage. So you pay by the width of the building, not by the depth. So you literally can, there's a lot of land when you buy a strip of land in the canal district, but you get the entire depth of it. And these buildings, for example, the Anne Frank house is very deep. You have a warehouse, and then behind it is where they hid. So pretty interesting. Yeah, we had some fun ordering drinks. I can't remember what that was. If you want to know what Amsterdam to me is known, beer is one thing. Amsterdam's got amazing beer. So if you like to drink beer, Amsterdam, the Heineken brewery, there are other local brews other than Heineken, but there's no better place to drink a Heineken than that. I really do enjoy Heineken. I like the lager beers. So, another thing to get in Amsterdam that's really super good is coffee. There you go. If you like to drink coffee, you like to sit and hang out in a coffee and have a great coffee experience, great place. Okay, so yeah, I can imagine the real estate is, you more likely have to rent it before you can afford to buy it. I have no idea what a strip would cost width-wise, but the closer you are to the city center, the more expensive it's going to be. And as you move out away from the central canal district, it's going to become, I guess, less expensive. So, see, I'm going to look here. No partaking for teachers. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, I'm not into that. Second of all, it doesn't look very good on video. So, But guys, I do partake in this right here. I do partake in the finer liquids of life. So yes, guys, there's nothing more amazing than drinking a Heineken in Amsterdam from a glass that's been, draft. Guys, it's, if you like beer, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. So there's my wife, of course. There's her expression as we're photographing at dinner, and I feel bad. She's, like I said, she wants, that's cute though. Anyway, so I'm just moving on just to now this is the Heineken experience. You go to there, and so some fun there, and then some meals that we ate at. Coffee, once again, coffee shops. There's my daughter drinking. This is a little pancake place. Oh, of course, pancakes. Amsterdam's known for pancakes. You have to have Dutch pancakes. Let's see. I'm sadly allergic to beer. It's okay, I'm allergic to other things that people like. So I'm not really allergic to anything. I'm allergic to not eating sweets. There you go. I love food. So, and yes, you like this? This is my favorite one right here. You see this picture right here? Yes, there's no Diet Coke in Europe. It sucks. So if you like Diet Coke, yes. And coffee, first of all, you're not going to find Diet Coke. At least what I consider. They have bottles that are fake Diet Coke down here. I call it fake because it looks like Diet Coke, but it's not. Don't get fooled. So, no Diet Coke. It's like it's Coke Zero, which I like Coke Zero, but it's not Diet Coke. It's different. So, I don't know if it's the sweetener we use in Diet Coke. I have no idea why. Somebody that from Europe, maybe you can, So, yeah, Skang, that must suck. You can't drink beer. I agree. Guys, my stomach is getting a little weak. It's not weak. It's getting a little temperamental when it comes, stomach acid to beer. But let me tell you something. I had no problem in Europe drinking beer whatsoever, man. It's like my stomach had a rebirth of youngness. I could literally pound the beers down in Europe without any problem. So, oh yeah, over 300 food allergies, man. Oh man. Yeah, Europe would be tough because every single restaurant is literally a different place, meaning that they are totally unique. It's very difficult in, not Europe, I'm just saying Amsterdam. Let's just stay with Amsterdam. Every little shop is a unique experience. If you like to go to different places with unique experiences, Amsterdam's like that. You can go from literally down a street. Let me look at some of those street scenes. There's the airport. That's Schiphol Airport there. Look at that. Woo, there we go. I did some 360 video shots there. Now we're getting into some Poland stuff here. Now this is the end of our trip right there. So let me see if I have to go to the other end of this stuff and I'll come back. That's all Poland right there. Oh man, that's Auschwitz, man. Let me tell you. Well, I could spend forever in there, guys, talking about it. But I'm going back to Amsterdam again. That's Polish beer right there, Tyskie. Here's a very, we call stereotypical Amsterdam scene right there. This is a expensive neighborhood right there. So very expensive neighborhood. Right there once again. This is 360, just throw together stuff. This is the art district, I believe. Yep. Pork, chicken, most vegetables, and most fruit. Wow. See, haven't eaten at a restaurant in 8 years. Oh my gosh, that is horrible. So you're saying that pork, chicken, most veggies, and most fruit you can't eat? Or is that stuff you can eat? By the way, there's absolutely no Pepsi This type of Pepsi Zero or Pepsi Max. This is actually old Pepsi Max. They just changed the name to Pepsi Zero. There's none of this crap in Europe. This is my absolute favorite drink. Cross-contamination was what... Oh, so what happens is you eat one thing that basically sits next to another thing, right? Yeah, okay, so yeah. So let's see, pork, chicken, literally every damn thing that you eat in every freaking place you go has chicken, anywhere or somewhere near it. You're like the opposite vegan. On the other hand, you could eat all the steak you want, all the beef, right? I don't know if that's a bad thing, but you can't eat bacon. So no bacon wrapped, no bacon wrap chops for you. Yeah. All right. Okay. Once again, RV. Okay. Anybody that's interested and has not been to, but this is just cool. This is Amsterdam in a nutshell right here. This is just a fun little place that my daughter brought me to. This is actually the scene of a movie that she showed me. This is actually, this is Poland though. That's Poland right there. That is not Amsterdam. No, that is Amsterdam. Yes, this is. This is actually where the Nazis. This was the headquarters of the Nazis in during World War II. It's now a shopping mall. This is the entrance to the art museum, I believe, where all the Van Goghs are. Pretty cool. So if you're interested in art and in Dutch art, yeah, you want to see some Van Gogh work, the Scream, you know, I believe that's in here. I think. Yes, I believe it is. It's cool. Yeah. The other thing about Amsterdam that is quintessential, bikes everywhere. Here is a lineup of bikes. There are thousands of bikes, right? Yes, the 360 camera is at it again. Yes, and I have not posted any video from my trip yet. I am going to bring that to you, but I am going to take my time putting it together. I did almost all my travel video in 360. It might have been a mistake because it's nowhere near the quality of my GoPro. I made a huge mistake. So let's see. Grandpa came here at age 12 from Germany. Cool. My grandfather was born in the United States, but his father was born in Germany and came over in the 1850s. I think it was 1854. Let's see, 50, would that be old enough? I believe so, yes. My grandpa, no, his grandpa came over in 1854, right? So it's an interesting story anyway. I don't want to get into that. But yeah, he basically, my grandfather's dad was not really his dad. His real dad died of consumption. And his brother took care of him, which is amazing. Isn't that cool? That's back then when families we took care of each other. So, but his dad died of, he had consumption, which is, I forget, was that, it's where you basically cough up blood. I can't think of the name right now, but so. Yeah, Anne Frank, guys. I went through the Anne Frank house. A must do. Guys, if you're interested in the whole Holocaust thing, the Anne Frank story is super, super important, and it helps to bridge all kinds of gaps, young, old. It helps to kind of clean up a little bit and not make the Holocaust such a terrifying thing for really young people. But it helps you to tell the story. Yeah, consumption, TB, yes, thank you. Tuberculosis, very much so. Thank you. Tuberculosis. I think Doc Holliday had that. It was very common. It's a bacteria, and yes, you can take care of tuberculosis easily with a little penicillin, I believe. But back then, you just died, and it just took time. So yeah, a Vivitar 4K 360, cool. So yeah, I'm truly thinking about moving up probably not this summer, but coming close to Christmas next year, I am going to go to the next generation 360 because it will give you true 1080 video. This one doesn't quite give you, I think it's a little less than 1080. It's very close though. So I don't have any regrets using it because I was able to capture angles of shots, especially when I was in places like Auschwitz. It helped. So these pictures here are done by my phone. These were pictures you were allowed to take at the Anne Frank house. And this was at the beginning. So yes, if you go to, these are reproductions. These are not real. This is all reproduction stuff. So, and quite literally at the end of the Anne Frank house, look at the ducks. That's another thing. They must have duck day or something. There's something about the ducks I was going to look up and never did. But yes, you go into a store in Amsterdam, it's literally littered with ducks everywhere. And I did not buy a duck when I was there. Dang it. I missed a huge opportunity. So let's see. Anyway, I have to go. Got school tomorrow. Thanks for the stream, man. Hey, thank you, Skang, for popping in, man. So I can't wait until I'm able to go visit Scotland so I can talk about my Scotland experience, you know. So, but yeah, Amsterdam, there it is, guys. Narrow streets, just awesome. So if you have a wife that likes to shop, this is crazy shopping. Amazing. Look at the roof on this building. This is, like I said, it was the building that was that housed the head of basically the Gestapo in Poland. This was the headquarters for the Nazis in Poland, in Krakow, Poland. So they picked this building. They were actually going to use another palace, and they suggested they use this one, and they later turned it into a mall. So see you later, Skang. Appreciate you hanging out, man. Here's the Anne Frank house right here. So this is in front of the Anne Frank house. Like I said, a must-see. And as you walk through and you take the tour, you can look out of these windows, looking down to where I'm standing. So there's the front door of the Anne Frank house. It's just, it's an amazing experience. A ton of people, guys, are there, but very well done. I thought that they preserved her memory and what I would consider to be a very cool way. So I really think that is here. Let me just make this one just a little bit bigger. Guys, I promise I'm not going to bore you the entire time with these pictures, but it is the European experience that I wanted to share today, and there's no better way than with pictures. Yeah, tons of selfies. I have fun with that. Camera selfies, guys. If you like food, I love sweets. I took pictures of sweets and. You know, of course, now this was a scouting expedition, guys. Sometimes my phone is a scouting tool. So when I take a picture of something like a cake shop, I'm taking that picture to remember it. So later I can go, hey, remember that cake shop? And then we'll go back. So, because sometimes we didn't have time to stop. But yeah, those are the streets of Amsterdam. Just beautiful clock tower. I believe this tower here was what Anne Frank could see through her annex. It was the only thing that she could see because they blacked out the windows, and of course they didn't want to be seen from the outside. But yes, it rains in Amsterdam. Yes. And this is our second trip back to the pancake shop. So yes, we had pancakes, Dutch pancakes. They're very skinny, but they're very round like this. And then they put all kinds of cool stuff on it. And on top of Dutch pancakes, do I have a picture of that? You can put pretty much anything on it. There was a picture of my wife and my daughter. I'm not going to go in there. Anyway, that's the Anne Frank house and Dutch pancakes. And yeah, the canal is just beautiful and awesome. And yeah, just a great place. Now, would you want to go back there like and spending a week? No. Amsterdam's a place you go for 2 days, and then you go somewhere else in Europe. You get on a train and you go to Paris or somewhere, I think. So, yes, it rains a lot. It's, guys, you know what Seattle's like? That's Amsterdam. It's Seattle of Europe. So, very similar weather. Rains a lot, but very cool. People were super friendly. Not as friendly as Poland, guys. Poland, different world. Polish people go out of their way to help you. In Amsterdam, you have to beg. You don't have to beg. You got to ask, and but they're not mean, right? I mean, they're not mean spirited. I mean, they're just, we're tourists. We're a pain in the ass. Quite literally. But yes, there's my daughter and I. She was embarrassed of the way I dressed, and I'm like carrying a backpack around. Guys, I did the Europe thing. I'm going to be a tourist, That's my job. I'm going to experience things. And so anyway, this was our first, we ate at a little local restaurant. Of course, I sucked down a Heineken with that. But look at this. Look at these places. Look at the beauty. Guys, you understand, I'm not used to 400, 500, 600, 800-year-old buildings. America's 250 years old, and that's only one part of it. Guys, the city I live in, the oldest building is 1854 or something like that, 1858 and this is one of the first. This is an early settled Western town, guys. If you're pre-1850, it's Spanish. Yes, you can come here and see a 400-year-old building, and they're like this, and they're Spanish. They were built by the Spaniards when they came in. If you want to see something older, like ruins, you're going to look for things that are Native American, okay? Yeah, there's older stuff, of course. Look at the bikes, guys. Look at the freaking bikes. You literally, if you're going to die in Amsterdam, you're going to be killed in one of 3 ways. One, you're going to be hit by somebody on a bike. Let's see. Is it dirty like Seattle homeless people? No. There are not homeless people everywhere. And look at the streets. It is not dirty. Just look at the streets, guys. Look at them. I'm just going to tell you. Are there homeless people there? Yes. Very few. Very few. It's not like California where you got like tent cities and stuff like that. So you can't drive there. I know. Hey, we need to like take your RV and like attach a bunch of drones to it. We'll drone your RV there. Okay. But yeah, this is your, this goes through this is the art, I think that art museum. And then you go through it and there's a big, huge, if you go to the end, here's a mall over here, an open space. Just cool. This is where we first get there. So, there, of course, where we flew. That's about my, that's it. That's, my daughter and I are getting ready for the trip. There's us on the plane. I thought that was kind of cute. We got to sit together, and anyway. Okay, now it's good, guys. Okay, it's now 5 o'clock or close to 5. Okay, let's look at Poland really quick. Okay, I want to go to Poland because by far, guys, this trip was all about Poland, and I'm going to give you why I love Poland. Okay. I want to spend at least a little, a number of hours. A number of hours, guys. I'm not going to spend hours on this. A number of minutes talking about Poland. Now, guys, this is just the tip of my photographic iceberg. These are only pictures that I took with my camera. Some of them are actually from my 360 camera. Okay, that I took off of my 360 camera. So, let's go to. This is all Poland here. All right, so Poland, like a lot of European cities, tons of, I'll say it's full of cathedrals. All right. Poland is just plump full of cathedrals. All right. I believe there's like 30 cathedrals in not just Poland, in Krakow, the city I was in. Let's get straightened out here. I'm in Krakow. I'm in southern Poland, at the very southern part of it. Okay. And like I said, buildings range from the 1200s all the way, obviously to modern times. So these buildings are very old. This is the largest square in Europe. Free open square. There's open space. And all around this square are little tents they're selling things. They've got markets, but it's wide open. It's meant for pedestrians. This entire area is a pedestrian friendly, just awesome place. So yes, and my daughter and I, we had a lot of fun doing selfies. And this is where that shot came. Let me show you the one where are those here's the photo bomb shot right here. Right here. Let's get them. Let's open up that shot right there. There they are right there. Photo bombers. So I thought that was cool. My daughter, of course, is going to do the young girl thing. Okay. Let's see. It looks like you had a blast. Yeah, we did. And how can you not have a blast? Totally. Okay. Drone friendly. Excellent question. All right. I did research the drone thing there. And now I'm not against flying a drone in a new place. Okay. This is why I didn't bring a drone with me. It would have added some complexity to my travel plans. And at this point in time, I didn't want my family to be affected by any more of all the stuff we were already doing. We were already vlogging. Okay. So yeah, these guys, isn't that a cool picture? This is probably my favorite Poland picture. Of course, it's got the apple of my eye, my daughter, of course. But this fun couple that basically decided to just pop in. I thought that was cool. They're just guys. Polish people are awesome. They have a great sense of humor, and okay. Now drones. Can you fly? Yes. The answer is yes. Poland is drone friendly. Now I researched Polish laws. 1, you can't fly over people. 2, you can't fly over buildings. 3, you can't fly over animals. 4, you can't fly over roads. Where can you fly? That's why I didn't bring a drone to Poland. And in Amsterdam, don't even try. Because they really, I guess they're very active. Now in Krakow, there was one guy flying a drone in this square. I do not know if it was legal. It was, and the type of drone the person was flying was one of those little, I don't know, not very expensive one. Probably I'm thinking maybe a JJRC of some kind, inexpensive drone. But they got it way up there, and we're flying it around, and so I don't know. Now this would be the perfect place to fly a Spark. Okay, so if you had like a DJI Spark, if I could get away with flying a Spark here. But yeah, there was somebody flying a drone here, and I don't know what came about that. I was looking around to see if I could find somebody with a controller or looked like they were using a controller. They did a good job hiding themselves, but remember that thing has to take off and land. So, if I wanted to photograph this part of town, I would have gone to another part of town. Down a street far away, and I would have taken off from that kind of there's plenty of alleys. I would have taken off from an alley with not a lot of people, and I would have flown there. I would have filmed it, flown back, and landed. I think I could have done that and got away with it. But guys, do I want to lose my drone in a foreign country? No. And I want people to invite me back. I don't want to leave the country going, hey, I already got a strike against me. But yes, and I could have. I think a Spark. Guys, don't you wish they would take the Spark and like put, like they're doing with the Mavic Air, put a quieter propeller on it, something that will make the props a little quieter. It's a loud, kind of screamy drone, guys. When I fly my Mavic around, it's friendly. It's environmentally friendly. Maybe I haul my Mavic there. I would haul my Maverick. I would take my Mavic to this on this trip. If I go back to Poland, I will bring a drone. I will. I think I can get away with flying it. I think the country, the police aren't looking for people flying drones. They're looking for cab drivers driving in the wrong place. They're actually very pedestrian friendly here. So, yeah, I think you can possibly do it. Fly in a park where there's, just don't break the laws. Stay off the busy streets. I think you can get away with flying in a park. This is technically a park. So I guess I guess I could ask a local official, you mind if I fly my drone here? I think that would be a great way to start. Approach the police. So anyway, that's my non-drone experience, but what I learned. And I think that there's no law against asking questions. So let me go out of here. That's a great picture, but I'm just whipping through. As you can see, this is the more of those pictures from the square. Very, very beautiful, clean. Once again, guys, I saw little, if no, zero homeless people in Poland. None. And I drove around a lot in Krakow, outside and inside the city. I'm sure they exist. There's homeless people everywhere. But I don't know how the Polish people or the Polish local government, obviously they want to make it friendly to tourists. One of the things that does exist in large amounts around here, guys, just so you know, is there's tons of graffiti. Now, you don't see any graffiti here, but it's amazing the amounts of graffiti and lots of graffiti. I'll see if I can find an image with graffiti in it. Guys, I'm sorry. I love my daughter. I got too many pictures of her. This is actually the Schindler factory right here. That's the gate to the Schindler factory right there. That's it from Schindler's List. If you watch the show, the movie, that's Oskar Schindler's desk. If you want interested in the Schindler's List, that's his actual desk in his factory. That is one of his offices. If you're interested in more recent Cold War history, you see this wall right here. This is actually a wall portion of the wall that Lech Walesa, he's basically the founder of Solidarity, the first president of Poland, a free president of Poland post-communism. This is where the wall he was standing on when he gave speeches against the pro the elections and freedoms in Poland. That's cool as crap, man. I think, guys, I love history like that. That's real history right there. Well, that's Lech Walesa's wall. So yeah, and so this is Schindler's factory. This is inside of his. Now you'll see this in the movie as well. This windowed. This is where he stands as factory workers are walking in. They enter through the front doors, and there's a long stairway that goes up the entire height of the factory, and there's 2 floors. So the first floor, there'd be some kind of production going on. This is actually an actual section. There's only 2 sections of the Polish ghetto that are still left in Krakow, Poland. That's it right there. That's one of the existing sections of the Polish ghetto. There's of course, after the war, most of the Polish ghetto was actually after the Jews were rounded up and taken out of the Polish ghetto in Krakow, and they were sent to Auschwitz and Belsen and other places like that. Bergen-Belsen, I think. No, it's Auschwitz. That's it. That's the local camps. There's other camps around there. There's closer ones. I get Amsterdam confused, but yeah, this is pretty. It was made by Jewish. Basically, the Jews were asked to create their own prison. That's the unbelievable thing about the Holocaust, and This is them building the wall right here. So these are sections of that wall. There it is. That's pretty cool. Guys, you can't get any cooler. There's nothing more cool than living history. So, oh my gosh, man. Did I scare everybody away with history talk? So, let me tell you something. I'm happy that you're still here because I'll just keep going. But there's a cathedral. There's the outside of a cathedral right there. I took some pictures on Now this right here, if you commit adultery in Catholicism, it's of course a huge sin. This is where they lock you up. They basically lock you up in these little cages outside the cathedral. So when people go to church, they get to walk by you and sling insults at you, and you feel shame. You have to sit in there on a bench. If you do all kinds of stuff, probably play with yourself or something. Anything that you get caught, you get thrown in there. There's all kinds of sins. Look at this wall. I thought this wall was amazing. Check this wall out. Look at all the rubble. This wall was right in front of a cathedral and was made of all kinds of destroyed buildings. I mean, in this wall, there could be pieces of synagogues, pieces of old, 800-year-old buildings. Look at see these old stones. Then you see the newer bricks. Look at this. This looks like statues that were just thrown in there, incorporated in the building of this wall. This is outside. I can't remember. This was on St. Patrick's Day. So, guys, you can't tell me that isn't the freaking most amazing stuff you've ever seen. Okay, all right. I know you don't. Maybe you are, but I love history, guys. That's why I'm a history teacher. So, to me, it doesn't get more amazing than that. So, let me just move this here. I'm just move it to this right there. So. Pretty cool stuff, guys. Pretty cool. You have to take off there? All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you hanging out there and basically putting up with me in my little photo journal. So, but yeah, Poland, man, a pretty cool place. So, we will see you. I think we are down to, crickets. So I might have to end it here. It's time to maybe cut off and run. We've got what, at 5:10, 5 after 5. Check to see here. Let me go back to my main here. Yeah, pretty sad. Pretty sad. Anybody left them at? Yep, I'm down. I'm by myself. So, anyways, sometimes you're your own best friend. One watching. We're back. Yeah, guys. I've had a great live. I've been on since I don't know about 3:45. I think I got on. I was started out. And if you missed, I mean, obviously this is the worst day to go on, guys. I went on because I felt like it. I was covering. Hey, how you doing, Nick Polsky, Ariel, Nico Polsky, Ariel. Beautiful, thank you. Beautiful photos. I appreciate that. And I'll pop it back. Yeah, Poland. There you go. You can't, like I said, a beautiful place. Where are you from? Where are you from? If I may so ask, since we are on together. Yeah, these are pictures of the central square in Krakow, Poland. So one of those cities that we're at, Poland. This is you're from Europe. What part of Europe? France. Awesome. Yeah. So if you get a chance, do you have any salt mines in France? You ever been to a salt mine? I can imagine there must be a salt mine. South of France? Oh man, south of France is beautiful. Let me just make sure I mark your. Yeah, I don't even have you blue wrenched. So let me blue wrench you. You're a new visitor from South France, guys. I just had a ton of people on, and what I like to do is mark my new visitors from. So this will help me basically remember where you're from. So I am going to really quick just identify your location. And I appreciate you showing up. South of France, pretty cool. We go to what do you think of now? How old are you, by the way? Can I ask? You mind if I ask? What your age is? Oh, Pusa Studios, awesome. Pusa Studios, awesome. I get him popping in, but this is like I said, this is a very bad time. This is dinner time. In one side of the United States, they're eating dinner. The other side is ending dinner. It's terrible. At 6 o'clock, it starts to light up. Most people are, 46, cool. I just turned. I'm going to be turning 51 here in a month. Okay, so 51. So we kind of speak the same kind of. We're kind of in the same ballpark. Now I just got back from Europe. I have not been to France. I've been to 2 places so far. I talked a little bit about Amsterdam, and I grew up in the United States, in Minnesota, the state of Minnesota. So I live in Utah right now. Okay, the state of Utah in the United States. And I traveled to 2 locations, 2 places. I flew to Amsterdam. Yes, 51. I traveled to Amsterdam and Poland. So those are my first 2 experiences in Europe. Amsterdam's just a great place to kind of land. So, have you been to the Netherlands at all? Just curious. I can imagine you're very close. So, I'll give you a little bit of about as close to French history as I can give you, and I've got a couple of questions for you. So you're from the south of France, so it's a long ways up. It's been I've been to the States, and in the States a few years. Are you living in the United States, or you live there and you're back in France? Okay. Oh, you live in Vail. Cool. So you skier, obviously, huh? Got to be a sportsman. If you live in Vail, you got to be a skier. Probably Aspen, yeah. Ski bum. Detroit, Washington. Oh, you've been to a ton of different places. Detroit, Washington, New York. Holy crap, you've been everywhere. Every big city that you can go to. Oh, okay. So you travel a ton. The south, guys. Hey, the south of France is beautiful. That's what I've heard. When I needed, and you have a brother who lives in San Diego. Cool. San Diego is beautiful too. I understand why your brother lives in San Diego. The only thing that's not fun about San Diego is San Diego traffic. On the other hand, I've got a friend that lives just outside of San Diego, a place called it's not Marietta. It's what is the town that he lives in? Anyway, it's near Marietta. So San Diego, beautiful place. I definitely want to get to south of France. My last girlfriend was in Philadelphia. Your last girlfriend. That means you were on a series of girlfriends. Living the life. You okay? If I'm a stereotypical American, you to me would be a stereotypical French guy. You're out there traveling the world, hanging out with girls in different places, and they probably love your accent, huh? Suave French traveler. Okay. You got to understand that ladies in France and Paris, it's like the city of love, and that kind of thing. So great cooking. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that I can just talk with you specifically. So she was studying in France. Yes. Cool. That's kind of cool. That's actually a really cool kind of relationship. That's neat. What do you study in France? That's art. Okay, now I'm not picking on French academics. That's not it. My last wife was from France. Oh man, you are a suave dude. Yeah, it is. I am laughing too. I am laughing for sure. I am not as exciting as you. I'll tell you right now. I get a chance to get out. Good wine, yes, I agree. I'm gonna tell you something. If I'm going to France, I'm thinking one thing. I love to eat. Americans, we love to eat. I am going to go there and I'm going to eat like crazy. I enjoyed Polish cuisine, by the way. Now you might not appreciate or maybe know anything about Polish food. Yeah. Let's see. I've been at the university in AN province. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Let me write some notes down. Because I'm actually thinking about taking a trip. 2 children? Cool. This is my bucket list of travel right here. You see Spain and Italy is on there. You just see France is not on my list. But you see there's one called Luxembourg. If I get to Luxembourg, why don't I just make it to France, right? Do you have an Instagram? Yes, I do. If you go here, let me flip over to here. Let me flip over to my main. Here's my Instagram on top right there. Right there. There's my Instagram. If you check that out, and I do put so let me see if do you have an Instagram that I can check out? Nick, let me check it out. I'll make sure I have you on mine. It's a great way to share. So. Okay, let me check that out here. I'm going to go find you. I'm guessing that you're NIC Nikos. There you are. I found you. Okay, Nikopolski area right there. Okay, okay, now I found your hashtag. I haven't found Nikopol. Here it is right there. I'm guessing, let's see, YouTube. Now this doesn't say Nikopolski. Is this you right here? Is that, oops, here, is that who you are? Is that you right there? Or is that somebody else? Is this it right here? Yep, there it is right there. Is that it? Because you got tons of stuff on here. Oh, wow. Heck yeah. Check out where I want to go. I want to go see some Roman freaking ruins, man. I want to see an aqueduct. 67? Yeah, that's you. I got it. Oh, you got some great stuff on here. Excellent. Hey, thanks for sharing. I'm telling you, this is what's cool about YouTube, is that when you show me something like this, we're networking, and you basically are getting me excited about something that I never knew was where you are. So this is awesome. This is great stuff. So excellent. And it's also got your YouTube channel on there and everything like it should. So sweet. So here's mine. Here's my, of course, if you're not familiar, there's my YouTube, Instagram right there. And there it is right there. That's where all my stuff's on there. So, and you have the full videos on there. I will check them out. I will definitely I am definitely going to go to your site and check that. You got some just amazing stuff on there. Excellent, excellent stuff. Oh, beautiful! You got look at that! Look at that sun! Look at that sunset! Sunset or sunrise? I have no idea what's going on there. Very, very cool. Oh, it looks like a sunset, or maybe sunrise. I can't tell. That's the last picture on that sequence. Super nice, great stuff. I mean, you do just awesome. I mean, look at that! Look at that coast! Look at that coastline. That is just beautiful. That's why people go to the south of France. Yeah. You got let me just check here. I do a lot of fun, just kind of promotional stuff. So if you look at my site, like here's my recent trip, you know, and things like that. We have a lot of fun. For example, there's my Polish cuisine right there. That's sweet and sour soup, kielbasa, and some rye bread, and it's awesome egg with some horseradish. Oh man, it's awesome stuff. So yeah, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. Cool. I've really got got a little bonus going on here from you popping in. But this is kind of the crazy stuff I put on there. There's my partner in crime. There is my dog Steve, and we have a lot of fun. So, but yeah, excellent. I really appreciate that. Here's a little bit of let's see. Let me find a picture. Here's actually a scene from a video that I did right there. That's actually out in the desert right there. Those are not crucifix. They look like crucifixes, but they're actually fence posts. So yes, no Diet Coke in Europe. There isn't. It's not real. So, and there's my drone that I fly right there. There's my Mavic that I'm flying now. So, what drone do you fly, by the way? You definitely gotta. Let me check to see if your site says it. Let's see. Subconfirmation. Let's see. Darren Stanton, Charlie. Juneau Country Drone. Hey, how you doing? Rob Stanton. Oh, change my YouTube name. Cool. Juneau County. Cool. Hey, I like that. Yeah, taking away your name off of there, it doesn't protect you anyway. But I think it's important that maybe Juneau County gives people a little bit better idea of where you're from. So, hey, I've been talking about to Nikos Polski. That's Niko Polski. I'm just going to say it. That's what it sounds like to me. Ariel, and he's from the south of France, which is freaking awesome. Oh, parrots, nice. Now, I apologize. I sold my parrot recently. I had a Bebop too. But now I wanted to move on. I like drones. We all love drones, right? I made some great videos. So if you want to see some of my Bebop 2 videos, I had a lot of success droning with it. So Nicholas, thank you. Okay, Nicholas. Nico, cool. Appreciate that. Thank you, Nico. Chris, that's my first name is Christopher. There you go. Dad Random Christopher is what my pseudo name is, but yeah, appreciate that. Nice to meet you, Nico. And we've also got, like I said, Rob Stanton. I'm glad you popped in. I've been on since probably Rob. I don't go on usually on Thursday. I popped. I might go Wednesdays. I'm thinking about changing my time. Friday's getting really busy now that the summer is on its way. Spring is here. There's just so much going on after school. So And Centroid, hey, how you doing? Thank you. I appreciate you popping in. I have no dinner plans tonight, so I'm gonna have to go pick up dinner on my way home. So I'm bacheloring tonight. My wife, I guess, could ask me to bring something home. That'd be the only thing. She has not texted me yet, so if she texts me, I will pick up something on the way home. She usually texts me though. I think she might have class tonight. So my wife has got some things that she's doing. But yeah, Centroid. Actually, I've been kind of sharing this stuff with some of my viewers. I've been doing this stuff here, showing off pictures from my little vacay right there. This is Poland. This is Krakow, Poland, guys. So if anybody is interested in the awesomeness of Krakow, of course, this is it right there. Here is the darker side of Poland right here. This is outside of Krakow. And there's, of course, Auschwitz. This is basically Auschwitz. Some photos from my experience there. I went to Auschwitz-Birkenau and Auschwitz 1. This is Auschwitz 1 right here. These are just some shots from my video, some still shots from my video. Auschwitz 2, Birkenau. This is the big camp. So, yeah, there's no messing around. If you're interested in a little bit of history right here, this is the selection point. This is where the trains came in and they selected, you either went left to life and right to death, but either way you were dead. Whether you went right or left, if you went towards the train, that way, you basically were saved for a little bit. If you came towards me, if you came to where I'm standing, I am basically standing at you're either hours or a few days away from being sent down going this way. If you go this direction, which would be to my left. This is the main train track. They're right down there. That's the freaking entrance. That is where the train came in, and they dropped you off here. The train would basically pull in, and they unloaded. Now this is it looks a little blurry. It's not blurry in the real shots. This is just this is on Google, on the Google site, but that's a train car. You see these groups of people? There's 1, 2, 3. Let me move my freaking head here. 4. These are groups of people in 30. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Those people, all these people would be shoved into that train car. About 150 people on average got shoved into those cars. And they would be in those cars all the way from Greece or from the Netherlands, all the way to the central Poland. Someday it would take you 5 days. Can you imagine being 5 days with 150 people in a train car? So let's see. So anyways, yeah. Guys, I got tons of these places. So yeah, so this is these are images from Krakow, Poland. This is the hospital. Yeah, if you want to know what a hospital's like, there's the Arbeit macht frei sign. So you're familiar with the entrance to Auschwitz. There it is. Dead random walked into Auschwitz. I walked in with my 360 camera. These are actually photographs that came from my 360 camera. Walking into the front gates of Auschwitz 1. One of 2 camps. So pretty horrible. Now, when I went there, you know, probably the biggest question that's asked me about it, I gave 6 lectures when I got back. Let's see, probably foil hat. Yes. The foil hat crew, aren't we? I still have my foil hat. I hope I'm going to be invited back on a Sunday. But I did not live stream last. I didn't live stream last week. I just wasn't ready. I just got back from this place and from Poland and from Amsterdam, and I wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready to. I wasn't ready to sit down I had too many things going on. So Juneau County, okay, AKA Robert Stanton. So, but let's see, I used to make. What did you use to make photo? Make these photos? I used a 360 camera, a 360. So let me see. I don't know if I have any. Let me see if I have any examples of 360 on here. These were all still shots from my 360 camera that were just converted. This is inside of the hospital. Over 30,000 people went through this one block in Auschwitz II, Birkenau. 30,000 people basically went through, stayed in these beds, and died. It's this place is absolutely it's hard to describe. So these are all photographs from my 360 camera. So yeah. On a lighter note, here's Krakow, Poland at night. Right there. There's my daughter and my wife. And of course, we're taking pictures of each other. But this is the central square in Krakow. It's freaking unbelievable. So, hey, Nico, get on an airplane. Since you like to travel around, go to Poland. Okay? Get on a plane and go there. Okay? See a lot of beautiful places in Belgium. If I would have gotten a train pass or a rail pass, what would it take me? A couple hours to get to Belgium from Amsterdam, probably. But yeah, Amsterdam is pretty cool. Okay, guys, I literally when I was walking through, especially the Canal District, I probably about every, I'd say once an hour. Weed. Yes, I should go to Poland. It's inexpensive, by the way. Okay. Nico, just for an example, compared to euros, it's €4 to one. No, it's 1 year for €1, 4 Polish zlotys. Okay. So for every €1, you get 4 Polish zlotys. Very inexpensive. So, is Poland drone friendly? No, not really. The laws are very strict. I did see somebody flying a drone here. I do not know what came about it because there was one guy flying one drone. Okay, these are the laws of Poland. You can't fly over people, you can't fly over buildings, you can't fly over animals, and you can't fly over streets. There's the 4 rules right there of flying drones in Poland. Yes, 4 for 1. Using American dollars very close to euros. I got a little bit of not quite the same benefit from a European traveler. American dollar is a little less than that. It's like 3.75, 3.5 to the American dollar. So very inexpensive. So for example, a beer in Poland was about $1.75 American. So very inexpensive. $1.25 euro. And if you're from the UK, the British pound, even better. So the people from England go to Poland. There was tons of English people or Brits or people from the UK in Poland. Tons. Anybody that was loud going down the street was a Brit or from the UK. Well, more than likely from England. Sorry, just so you know. Yes, British people, there's 2 things that are stereotypical. They drink a ton and they're very loud. So if there's anybody from the UK on that understands the English, they are very excited, and especially on St. Patrick's Day. They literally were the loudest bar in town. It was full of Brits, drunk, having a good time. So I think you should. Nico, I think it's a great trip. I think you'll enjoy it. It's beautiful. France is beautiful from all the pictures I've seen from you, but it's gorgeous. I mean, you can't. I mean, look at that. Look at this stuff. I mean, it's gorgeous stuff. I love old architecture. Okay, there's a great shot there from my 360. Look at that. Look at that square. Isn't that just beautiful? You see all these tables. You could sit there and eat and people watch. Grab a beer, drink some coffee. Sit right. Now, don't drink coffee. And Poland has terrible coffee, by the way. But drink anything else. Vodka, whatever. Mead. If you're into like wine and mead, amazing. Mead is really good. Nice to sip and sit down and people watch. So, yes, they understand English very well. I didn't run into anybody in Poland that couldn't speak English. Not a single person. And my driver, the person that picked me up at the airport, he spoke so good of his English was so good that I didn't know he was Polish. I didn't know he's from there. And one of the first questions I asked when I was there was, I'm like, where are you from? How long have you been in Poland? And he says, all my life. I live here. I'm from here. And then he got on the phone and he spoke perfect Polish. So, no, not good coffee. No, no, no. Do not drink coffee there. Don't. It's horrible. It's crappy. Even go to Starbucks. When you're in Poland, go to Starbucks. That's my suggestion to you. They do have a chain there, a coffee chain, but it's not very good. And the people that are making coffee there don't do a very good job. So go to Starbucks. That's my advice. There's a lot of people at Starbucks in Poland. Just go there and order a latte or whatever. If you like cappuccino or Amsterdam, great coffee. So how's French coffee, by the way? The French make good coffee, or are they just wine? They've learned your English from your last girlfriend? Might as well say, yeah, don't fly over ground. Exactly. I'm with you. Did Centroid take off? That turkey. I think he's got a live stream coming on, so. Or he's just not typing in. We'll see if he reacts to that. He's got to give me at least 5 minutes. Holy crap. I would have him on. I would have Centroid on with me, but I'm at I don't have access to I can't I could screen capture a phone call from here. I could do that. So yeah. French coffee is very short and strong. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Thick. Yeah, I like that. I like strong coffee. So yes, go to Starbucks. Yes. And if you're going to Poland. So anyway. Yeah. So if you're interested in Poland, this is some great stuff. Great food. If you like soup, right here, right there, unbelievable. This is it's even funny. It says I have been a funny. Yes, Centroid's good. I think I'm gonna if I can get on with him tonight, I might. So I'm gonna. So this is a sweet and sour soup. A milk-based sweet and sour soup. I think they put in. Flour in, but oh, it's so good. Okay, Italian coffee. Yes, there's certain places that you get coffee. And that's every country can't be good at everything. So. Soup. Yes, excellent. This is, I forget what they call this. This is a specific type of Polish soup. If you go onto the internet and if you type in Polish soup, this recipe will come up. Yes, Tajski. Yes, it is great beer, by the way. I drank a lot of Tajski when I was here. First thing, and it's not expensive. It's their cheap beer. So when I go there, I'm like, yeah, excellent beer. You can drink You can drink 5 of these suckers with dinner. I mean, you literally can just pound them down. This right here, this liquid here in these shot glasses right there, that's mead, and mead is really good. I was very impressed with mead. It's what is it? It's fermented. I forget what it is. Fermented honey. Yeah, it's a honey fermentation. It's really good. So. Yeah. Where did you, Juneau County, where did you have, Robert, where did you have Tyskie? Where did you drink Tyskie at? Or did you just have it in the States? I'm actually going to look for Tyskie and see if I can find it. Because I really like it. I can get Heineken. I got that in Amsterdam. I love Heineken, but Tyskie is really good. I tried another beer in Poland. I can't remember the name. I'm going to look it up. But it's more bitter. Tyskie's very lagery. It's really good. Just a really good, just hang out and have dinner beer. This is not my entire dinner, by the way. This is just one of the courses I tend to eat a lot. So yes, but this is just kielbasa, just sausage. There's a couple of 4 slices of bread that come with this, and this is like, I forget what this cost. This was like $4. I kid you not. I paid $4 for this. And that beer was like $1.75. This is nothing. Inexpensive. And I had a waiter that was the most courteous gentleman that was serving me. And he kept bringing me interesting things. This was like, this little mead setup right here was like $4. $4 for 4 shots of mead. So... yes. Okay. I'm going to give you a story real quick about, yes, there's a huge Polish, the person that gave us my tour through Auschwitz was from Wisconsin. He's lived in Poland for 15 years. His grandmother grew up in Poland. His family immigrated to the United States into Wisconsin, and he moved back. So he's been living there for 15 years, and all he does is give tours of Auschwitz. So, yeah. So, yeah, go here. This is not expensive at all. Oh, man. And maybe for you, Nico, this might be your entire dinner. For me, I needed more. You had to eat pierogies. Pierogies are little tiny dough, like things that are boiled, and they put all kinds of things there. They put cheese and meat. They put fruits inside of them, so you can have sweet pierogies. You can have dinner pierogies, and then they can deep fry them. They're really good. So it's really good. Simple food. I like simple, and this soup is simple, but it's complicated. It's so good. So you'll really like it. If you like sweet and sour, amazing. So yeah. So anyway, some of my fun. Of course, I took lots of pictures of Tyskie. There's some 360. There's 360. If you're interested in 360 right there. So I just want this to play. There's my 360 camera right there. Pretty cool, huh? So, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I know I don't have a ton of people on, but I had a great conversation with Nico. Thanks, Robert Stanton. Thanks for showing up. I haven't had a ton of people on. That's okay, guys. Hey, first of all, there's a couple of things about. I'm gonna go ahead and there's the location of where I was at. So, but there's a couple of things that I'll leave it on some pictures here. I think I'm getting into the stuff, and this is stuff into the Amsterdam pictures. This is all Amsterdam right here, and Frank, that kind of thing. I'm going to go back to my my main here. So a couple of things. First of all, as far as live streaming, I'm happy to have 2 people on here. I'm very happy, and I really appreciate you guys that popped in. You guys that have obviously my Blue Wrench, my folks that have been here. Nico, I got to meet somebody from southern France. This is why I basically do this. And I really appreciate you guys showing up. I've been on for almost 2 hours now, and it's a very, very busy live stream day. I'm going to go enjoy some other live streams tonight. I'm going to go and grab me some dinner, go home, maybe ask my wife if she'd like dinner and maybe bring some home for her. Yeah, fruit. Yeah, you're asking me about the pierogies. Pierogi is the other delicacy that's Polish. There's other things. I had ribs when I was there. They're big into pork. So if you like pork chops, they have a pork cutlet served over potatoes with like a sauerkraut. Oh, it is so good. So yeah. Beautiful and strange. I'm with you. Nico, I am getting a way better experience with the French today. I really appreciate it, okay? You like my explosive videos? So Nico, I appreciate that. Okay, this is, I'm just gonna, I want you to, I've been there with some friends. Nico, you are a super friendly dude. So I'm gonna use you as my reason why I now want to visit France. Is there a difference between people in southern France than people in northern France? I'm just curious. It seems like my experience with some French people is kind of short-tempered. They don't have a lot of time for. If you don't seem like you're that you're well prepared. They like things a certain way. Kind of picky. Is that true? When I was in you can get rude people anywhere in the world, okay? But when I was in Amsterdam, I had a couple of French ladies, some older ladies. They just walked right in front of me and my family, just totally ignoring the fact that basically we were standing in line. I felt like punching them, which I obviously am not going to do, but it pissed me off. I'm like, what? Don't you understand that we're waiting to go in? So I don't know. People of South France, nice. All right. I don't want to get a bad, I want to visit France, and I want a lot of reasons to visit there. Not just architecture. I want to meet people, and I want to talk to people, and I really enjoy people. And Nico, I appreciate it because you're my age, and you are probably who I'm going to run into. So, all right. Hey, Robert Stanton, we'll see you later. I'm sure there's a live stream you want to check out. I'm going to say goodbye to you, Robert. I'm going to say goodbye to Nico and very much appreciate all of the information that you've given me. So, Nico, I don't expect people to cater to me. So I appreciate that. I'm getting off. So, all right. A friend of mine's walking in here. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut down. I'm going to thank you guys for popping in and hanging out with me for the last couple hours. I've been on here for 2 hours, and it's time for me to take off and check out. So I appreciate it. Thanks. You guys have a great evening. If you're in France, you have a great evening because it's very late for you. I think it's like 11 o'clock at night in France right now. So thank you, and we'll see you later. Take it easy. Bye-bye. So, there we go right there. Yeah, I just wanted to close down this live stream.